let's look at what the end product looks like. I'm either going to have an overhook or an underhook on my opponent's leg. I prefer the underhook by no means. Does that mean you have to go for the underhook, right? So if the underhook is on my right arm here, right, I want his leg tight to my neck. The further his leg is away from my body, the harder it is controlled, okay? I want my hips, open your legs a little bit. I want my hips directly beneath my opponent's hips here, okay? The further your hips are out, if there's argument to be made, it can be further underneath them, but if you're out further this way, you'll feel it immediately. He becomes exponentially heavy. If my arm is the one controlling his leg, then, if my right arm is the one controlling his leg, then my right leg is the one that's going to be high on his hip here, foot tight to his body so he can't access my toes, okay? The other leg is going to be behind your opponent's knee pit right here. Again, take a look at the final product. This is where you're trying to get to, either here or here, okay? But again, I prefer the underhook, okay? Again, everybody burn this image into your memory. Now, this is where we're going to start. I'm going to start with my feet on Kai's hips. Kai is trying to pass the guard. I'm trying to enter into the X guard. Kai is not allowed to put his knees on the ground. He's just trying to get around, okay? So we say go, yep, he's trying to push my legs down, and I'm trying to enter into the X guard here. Okay, if I can enter into the X guard, I win. If he passes my guard, he wins. And then we switch top-bottom position. Does everyone understand? Person on top trying to pass, person on bottom trying to enter into the X guard, but person on top, you're not allowed to put your knees on the ground unless you get to north-south or something like that. Go. If there's a win, you switch positions. Good? Really good? Yeah. I know it's a lot after your first day. On three. 1, 2, 3. Good.
Here we got Logan on the top, Aaliyah on the bottom. Aaliyah looking to get into that X guard. Logan doing a good job blocking with his hand. I really like the scoop grip he has. That's going to be impossible, almost impossible for Aaliyah to get into any kind of meaningful X guard if he's holding that. Aaliyah doing a good job not letting him pass, except, well, maybe he's got it. She doesn't have the correct angle. Yeah, we can see right here, her hips are way far out this way. They need to be directly underneath Logan's hips. Can we just admire that straight line, almost perfect straight line that I made completely inadvertently? So she has to, I would say angle in this way, but Logan's foot is actually preventing her from, or his leg is actually from getting her hips in, is if she has that overhook. If she underhooks, she might be able to sneak her hips in here. Obviously, I don't want to tell her what to do with the grips. If she prefers the overhook, she needs to work around that. Oh, there we go. Do you think it's the X guard? Let's say go. And now she underhooks. Let's see if she can get into the X guard any easier. Doing a good job making a connection. Logan, again, using that scoop grip to keep her legs away. Very nice by Logan. Oh, Aaliyah gets a sneaky grip right here. And then we see that she's got an underhook here. Let's see if she could swing her hips in for the X guard. No, Logan doing a good job staying away. Oh, now she's made a lower body connection with her legs. Now she's going to slip into the X guard here. She needs to get this leg higher up on her shoulder. But if she achieves that, she's probably going to push this way out. If she's continuing on, I think I told him to stop here. Logan's still looking to break. Aaliyah's still looking to enter. Here we go. She got to fix her legs. She doesn't quite have the X guard here. This leg is in a good position. This leg is not. Her knee needs to be on the other side of Logan's body. There we go, like that. Yep, and she's got to scoot way underneath. If she's going for the underhook, just like you guys can't see it now, but Logan's foot should be touching her head.
2 minutes. On your knees, please. We're just going to enter in from the bottom. Person on top, you're going to work with the person on bottom. Person on top, when the person on bottom attempts to sweep you, all you're going to do is stand up. Because that is a common reaction from a butterfly guard position, right? So person on the bottom, you're going to start with whatever butterfly guard position you want, right? So right now I'm going to see the guard. I'm legitimately going to try and sweep Kai. Kai is going to counter by standing up. Here, right? Now, from this standing position, now it is your job to maintain the space and enter into an X guard position here. Okay? So again, and then we reset. So maybe I start with a half butterfly guard this time, right? Here, here, he's trying to pass. I'm trying to sweep. Yep, I see an exposure, and I flow into the X guard here. Okay? So you're going to elevate your partner, just like we did on the leg entanglement, but instead of entering into a leg entanglement, when your partner stands up, you're going to go into an X guard. Person on top, obviously work. Let your partner on the bottom work. You're not being a dead fish, but you're not smashing 100% either. Okay? When they attempt to sweep you, stand up. Cool? Any questions? Good? Alright, on three. 1, 2, 3. Going 2 minutes each, guys.
Got Kai on top and Javon on the bottom. Kai left the stand. Javon working his way underneath. It's so sweep. Almost, it could have had a leg entanglement there. It still technically has it. Opts for the stand and pass. I'd like to see Javon attempt to sweep a little bit more. I mean, I know Kai stood up on that one. So yeah, like here he's got to legit go for the butterfly sweep. He's kind of still waiting for Kai to stand up. For this drill, I wanted my guys to force the sweep. And he's got to get his knee to the outside. There we go. Yeah. I think I'm telling him as much. If his knee were to stay on the inside, it's easy to pass. So yeah, this knee needs to be on the outside behind your opponent's hip line, if you want to call it that. So now he's got to a standing X position. Oh, I think we're just practicing getting into that position. So I know they're going light, but for the drill, Kai should be trying to pass from his knees, and Javon should be trying to sweep and then force his opponent to stand. So that was a little bit more accurate. Good. It's a good position here. Pretty good. I'd like to see that leg a little bit tighter to his neck. Oh, sorry. It's pretty close, but like, don't even give your opponent an inch. If you're gonna go underhook it, I really want that half, that shin, whatever you want to call it, glued to your neck. The further away it is, the heavier it's gonna feel, for lack of a better word. The harder time you're gonna have to control it, the harder it is gonna be to sweep your opponent. Kai likes to stand again. Javon's got to move his hips a little bit more. There we go. And again, I want to see. There we go. Now the leg is tight to his neck. That's what I'm looking for. And I want to see more active sweeps from the bottom. Forget what they were talking about here. Fast forward a bit. Oh, so they're going to switch in. Oh, we had a group of three. That's right. So now Kai's going to attempt to sweep. Kevin's going to counter by standing. And Kai flows into the X guard. That's pretty good. Again, they're not doing heavy resistance right now. Just task-based games. I'd like to see Kevin put a little bit more resistance on now that Kai's a little bit more comfortable with it. Trying to pass a little bit more. Good. Again, I'm not a big fan of dead drilling, as they call it. Been very much like in the task-based games approach to teaching jiu-jitsu. I think it's a little bit more effective. And guys have been picking up things a little bit faster. I'm still new to teaching it, so I guarantee you I'm messing it up, but play jazz with it as we go along. Kevin's on the bottom now. He's going to attempt to sweep. Kai's got to pass. There we go. Hey, Kevin used a little hand assist to get his leg into position. So Kevin knows he's not the most flexible guy. Goes to flow into the X, and look, he's got a little hand assist to get him into the X guard. Beautiful.
Whether you overhook it, this leg is tight to your body. You are directly underneath your opponent's hips, right? Water here, and this top foot is tight to your opponent's body. If it's hanging loose like this, he's just gonna toe hold you or start pushing that leg. Yeah, exactly. Start pushing that leg down. Keep it tight to your opponent's body here. Knees pointed in opposite direction. The first week, I hate doing dead drilling, but this is one of those rare occasions where I'm literally gonna spoon feed you the technique. The first, oh, sorry. There's a couple directions your opponent can go to. He can lean his weight backwards. He can lean his weight forwards. He can lean his weight away from you. He can lean his weight into you / sit down. Okay? Each one of those has a different response. Okay? Right now we're going to work what happens if your opponent's weight is leaning backwards or slightly into you. Okay? From here, it should feel like a foot sweep. Okay? My leg, my bottom leg, watch the path of my bottom leg. It's going to go out and then up. Okay? It's not going to go straight out and then up. My top leg, all I'm doing is lifting straight to the sky. I want to make this foot as light as possible. Okay? I elevate with my top foot while my bottom foot drops to his ankle. Here. Or as low to his ankle as possible. I elevate with the top foot, and I'm going to try and do this as slowly as possible, but gravity's going to take over. Again, I'm making the letter U with my bottom foot here. Sweep. And as I sit up, I'm automatically controlling this leg to pass. Do not sweep and not control the legs. If you're going to create a scramble, you're still going to end up on the bottom. So as soon as you can, get some kind of grip on your opponent's leg. It's a seesaw. As they go down, you come up, control. Okay? Again, from here, Kai trying to pass or whatever, I managed to get to the X guard position here. My bottom leg drops all the way to the ankle. Okay? Again, I can't do it if it's at the knee. The lower my ankle is, the easier that sweep becomes. I elevate with my right leg. You can't really see it, but I'm pushing up on Kai's body right now with my right leg. Left leg, it goes out and then up here, and I control his leg. It doesn't matter which one with which hand as I come up. Okay? Do not let him hit the ground and then sit up. No. As he's going down, you're already come up looking for control. If you miss a leg, that's fine. At least end up on top. Any questions? Again, the path of your foot goes out and then up, not straight out. Cool? Cool. Once you get a little bit more coordinated with this, you're good. You'll literally, you're elevating with this foot. As this leg kicks out, you'll literally hand it off to your opposite hand. Okay? Good? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Go! Kirk brought up a good point. What if they're keeping their foot real close and you can't drop this ankle to their ankle? That's fine. Well, then you got other sweeps, right? So, what we're going to do is, this is one of those occasions where your opponent is pulling away from you that way, right? Yeah, if they're pulling away from you here, this sweep no longer is as viable as it once was. Again, jiu-jitsu being what it is, we're going to go with our opponent's energy, for lack of a better word. You better have the technical stand-up down because you're going to do it right now. From here, I expand his stance and I sit up onto my free elbow. So, he's heavy on top of me here. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to kick away, and as I kick away, I roll up onto the free elbow. So kick away, roll up onto the free elbow here. This foot is light because the other foot is heavy. Now, my bottom foot is going to place on his leg, top foot on the ground. I kick away again, up onto my hand, and literally just hit the technical stand. Oh, sorry. And then hit the sweep from there. Okay? Again, do not support your opponent's weight on top of you. Get their weight away from you so that leg feels light. If they're heavy somewhere, they're light somewhere else. So, I hate doing dead drilling, but I have to for this technique. From here, my opponent's pulling away, so the dummy sweep is no longer available. I kick away and roll up to my free elbow at the same time. So I kick away. As this leg gets light, I should be able to roll up onto my elbow here. Foot behind the knee, opposite foot on the floor here. From here, it's literally a technical stand-up. Push away again with this foot. That's going to get him even lighter so you can get onto your hand. And now you extract and take your opponent down. Anyone need to see it again? One more time. Okay. From here, I enter into my X guard position. This time, I'm going to push my opponent away, roll up onto my elbow, replace the feet into a technical stand-up position, push away, get onto my hand, hit the technical stand-up like we do during the warm-up. Cool? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Kirk on top, Kai on the bottom here. They're going to start in the X guard. Kirk's job is to pass, which he does. Back steps beautifully right out of the X guard. Right here, I'd like to see Kai's hips a little bit further underneath. This leg is barely hanging on to X guard here. I want to see his knees flared out as wide as possible to each opposite direction, and his hips a little bit further underneath to help facilitate that. Oh, dummy sweep. Could have come up with into a leg entanglement too. Go and run it back. Say go. Kai's getting to that angle very quickly. He's starting with very good posts. So I like how this knee's flared out. I like how this leg is high, controlling the hip. Watch him drop this foot to the ankle. As soon as he does, this foot activates this way. This foot activates this way and up. Very important. And he should hand it off to his left hand here so he can control the leg standing up. I don't like how he's settling for body. Exactly. I think Kirk reminds him there. I don't like how he's settling for just the, not even the sweep, just the off balancing. Remember, don't count it as a sweep until you come up. And you got to control that position for 3 seconds. Good back step by Kirk. See if Kai can get back into the X guard here. Almost. Oh, still gets a sweep though. We start again. Good dummy sweep. Gets back into a leg entanglement here. Nice. That's something we went on over later, getting into leg entanglements or X guard, but these guys are pretty good at catching on to leg entanglements at this point. So right now it seems to be a battle between whether Kirk can get his back step first or I drops to the far ankle first. Here, again, I'd like to see him a little bit further underneath his hips this way because look, if you can see his eyes oriented slightly this way, should be pointing straight up. There we go. Kirk hit the back step. That was so quick. Let's just look at it again. Here, say go. Kai tried to drop for the lower ankle, and Kirk just back steps up out of the way, which is why you got to keep your ankle glued to theirs. They're about to hit the other team, so I think they reset. Run it back again. Oh, Kai gets it back. Oh, Kirk steps forward this time. Kai still has it. Yep, there we go. Nice. Way to stick with it. Got Tony on top and Nate on the bottom here. Nate starting in the X guard. I like how he's directly underneath Tony. Tony dealing with the bottom leg. He should be dealing with the top leg, or is he gonna get swept? Oh, maybe not. Nate able to recover. Goes out the back door. Tony stays with him. Let's see what went right and wrong there, because normally I tell my guys to attack the top leg. Tony elected to attack the bottom leg. So okay, that was actually so quick. I'm just in slow motion. Nate goes to hit the sweep, but because Tony had his hand on it, he's able to hop his leg out. Oh man, that's actually kind of cool. Nate recovers, but Tony's able to swing out wide, get to like a knee on belly position here. That was cool. Got time for another one. Different angle this time. That was great. So instead of doing the traditional sweep, Nate's going to kick Tony out this way. Tony's forced to put his hands on the ground. Nate rotates into him and comes up. Right, kicks out. Tony loses balance. Nate comes up. Nice. I think that's it. Zach on the bottom, Stan on top. Say go. Stan crushes that top leg. Good control by Stan. Zach keeping up, but it's going to be hard to get to the X guard with Stan controlling that leg. Good angle on his knee by Stan. See if he can get chest to chest and pass. Good work. Stan did a very good job doing two things, controlling the foot and using the angle of his leg to deny Zach's entry. So they're going to start again. Zach going for that dummy sweep. Doesn't quite get it. Stan doing a great job controlling that. Where's the marker? Controlling that top foot here. So you have to make sure when you're in the X guard to keep that top foot tight to your opponent's body. Here, reset. Yep, Stan looking for that top leg again. Zach's got to mix up his approach. There we go. Now you should go back to the X guard, in my opinion. Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't see that Stan had this grip here. Yeah, not much you can do from there. At least he didn't get past. Got Logan on top and Alyssa on the bottom here. Move the Alyssa to yep, there we go. Get her hips right underneath Logan. Oh, good dummy sweep right there. Nice. Logan's got to use his hands a little bit more when he's trying to pass, especially attacking that top leg. Over here. There we go. Now he's pushing that leg down. Oh, got to it a little bit too late. Helena doing a good job with that. I don't know what to call it. It's not quite a dummy sweep. Not quite a scissor sweep. Someone tell me what that name is. Okay, so that was actually a decent response by Logan. He noticed that Aaliyah was dropping her ankle to his every single time. He tried to step back. What he should have done, again, hindsight being 2020, is use his hand to control that leg, or even this leg, really. And instead of stepping back like he did, step up and over. We see that when he steps back, he gets caught. Aaliyah's got longer legs than him. He gets caught. So, but it was a good attempt. At least it shows me he's thinking. Back in the same grip here. Yeah, Logan's got to use his hands way more. Always give your hands a job. I always tell my guys, especially my white belts, because they tend not to know what to do with their grips. Like just if you're lost on grips, at least don't have your hands empty. Always be your hand should always have a job. Are some grips better than others? Yes, but they should never be empty. Some effort is better than no effort. Dan on the bottom, Zach on top. Okay, before we even start, I really like this grip that Stan has here. Look, it's broken Zach's posture. He's got a good X guard here, and he's got a tight grip here on the overhook. If anytime you can make a connection on your opponent's upper body and break their posture forward, going to give you a lot better options. Yep, it's a simple dummy sweep from here. Zach wasn't able to do much to defend because his posture was so broken. He was also busy dealing with that grip, so he couldn't deal with Stan's top foot. Priorities. That's, yeah. We can see how strong that upper body grip is. Good wrestle up by Stan. Is it going to go again? Yeah, it's tough if your opponent has all those grips on you, especially in the gi. Stan can turn this into an entanglement. Comes back to the X guard. See if Zach can beat that leg. Aaliyah on top, Alyssa on the bottom. Alyssa's got a good underhook, good X guard posture. She's going to sit up sweep. Maybe. Yes, that was textbook. That was very good. Fast forward a bit so they run it. Starting in the X guard. Say go. Oh, good dummy sweep. Let's see what went right here. Say go. Aaliyah needs to address this top foot. She needs to drop her weight. She did not. Yeah. No, no, through no fault of her own. Obviously, Alyssa's a little bit bigger. Reset. Oh, too far. And say go. Yeah, Alyssa's got to adjust the top foot. She's gonna get caught in one sweep or another. Think they have time for one more. Top foot, top foot. Nope. Oh, that was better. She beat that second leg. All right, let's see how she beat that second leg. So Alyssa goes to the sweep. Oh, okay, she loses this hook. She loses that hook. That's gonna allow Aaliyah to exactly block this leg from coming in with her left arm here. And now she's in a much better position to defend. Got Tony on the bottom and John on top. John doing a good job pushing the bottom leg down and backstep. So if you're going to attack the bottom leg, do exactly that. Push that leg down, backstep, boom, clear. Clear. And now, if you're lucky, you get all the way to the side. You're probably going to run to your opponent's one leg knee shield, but it's better than being in the position you were just in. Good backstep by John. Keep in mind, I don't think John's trained in like 10 years since he last saw him in Korea, but he remembers what he learned then, and he's just naturally athletic. Former Green Beret medic, like still in the army. Like he's not special forces anymore, but I mean, you got to be the 1% of the 1% to be anywhere near special forces. Uh, a little backstory on John. He's a high school friend. We did karate together, and then we actually met up in Korea together. He lived there for about 2 years, so our time in Korea intersected, and that's when he went for Green Beret Special Forces. I completely missed all of that. Let me rewind a little bit. So starting in the X guard here, say go. John looks like John's gonna try and backstep again. Tony hip to it. Oh, John did get the backstep. It wasn't as quick as before, but he did get the backstep. They go again. Okay, now Tony knows the backstep is coming. So he's being really sticky with that bottom leg here. Boom, right on the ankle. Perfect position here. John's already starting to go off balance. I don't think his hand is in a position to push either leg down. Gets caught in that dummy sweep, and Tony comes out for the sweep. Nice. I think that's the last one. Yep. High on top, Kirk on the bottom. Literally kicks out. Gonna keep a tight grip, not only on your legs, also with your arms. I mean, that goes without saying. Basics can never be overstated. Yeah. So I'm seeing a little bit of a gap here, which is going to allow Kai, or he did before anyway, to kick out this way. I'd like to see Kirk's hand like high on his chest, almost like he's going for an ankle lock. There we go, like that. And when your opponent goes to kick out, it's hard. If you do it correctly, their heel catches on your, I was trying to say forearm, and then they kind of bring you up with them. Ooh, that was interesting. Let's look at that again. So, Kirk managed to get his opponent's far ankle. Kai escapes that ankle, backsteps, but Kirk stays with him, able to come up on top. I'm glad his arm was to the outside. If it was on the inside, he might have come up into a triangle. Kirk electing for an overhook grip in the X guard. He's trying to come up. There we go. Almost into 50-50. There we go. Right into 50-50. Kai did have a leg entanglement, but then so did Kirk. That's why they call it the 50-50. Ooh, that was slick. Let's look at that again. Kirk was being lazy with this leg. Kai literally just scooped it out and ends a pass right there. Oop, scoops it out. Now Kirk, yeah, you can see his hips are already kind of not. This is the line of his hips. This is the line of Kai's hips. You can see how far apart they are. Kai's gonna. I think he drops into the chest to chest half guard. There we go. Reset. Kirk coming out the back door. Very nice. Like to see him hold on to that ankle a little bit more. Kirk's got to get his hips further underneath Kai.